Hello, and welcome to the Inside Job Experiment. This is a space for grounded energy work, emotional clarity, and for coming back into alignment with yourself. Today, we are working with the energy of the Pisces Lunar Eclipse that's happening August 27th or 28th, depending on your time zone. This is a powerful lunar eclipse in Pisces. Because this is a full moon eclipse, it may be showing you what has already run its course in your life, what you've outgrown, or what lessons you've learned. It's a time to notice what has already ended in terms of old patterns or habits, old roles or attachments, and even old stories. Anything that is ready to be released. Pisces is connected to surrender, release, transcendence, dreams and compassion, creativity, and the dissolving of boundaries. And this eclipse is occurring in the first decan of Pisces, which is associated with the Eight of Cups in the tarot. The Eight of Cups is often known as a card of walking away from what is no longer working. And it's not about defeat or failure. It asks us to recognize when something is completed or something has finished its purpose. It asks us to surrender those old patterns, attachments, or emotional investments that no longer nourish your spirit, soul, your way of life. And surrender does not always mean giving up in a negative way. Sometimes surrender is the most loving thing that we can do for ourselves. Sometimes surrender can be seen as a form of self-care and self-respect. It can be a moment that we stop carrying something that no longer belongs in this next phase of our lives. So today's activation is about release, surrender, compassion, and connecting to the truth of who we are becoming. We're going to work with the imagery and symbolism of the Eight of Cups on the shore, the Pisces tide, the red moon eclipse revealing the real self beneath old layers. The eclipse is helping reveal who we are without the patterns, habits, and roles that we've already outgrown. If you're new here, my name is Rundi. I'm a Reiki master, scalar emulator, which means I stabilize resonance for others to remember their own coherence through it. You may also hear light language during this session if that wants to come through. This session is timeless, and you can return to it whenever you feel called to surrender what is complete, release what no longer nourishes your spirit, and reconnect to the deeper truth of who you are becoming. So find a quiet position, either sitting or laying down. Let your body soften, your mind relax. Gently close your eyes. This is your time to focus on yourself. If you're open to receiving Reiki energy, scalar calibration, and light codes during this activation, please say yes, either to yourself or out loud. Reiki energy is always for your best and highest good and knows exactly what you need in a way that is gentle and most beneficial for you at this time. Receive what resonates and leave what does not. Take one deep breath in, imagining it coming up from the bottoms of your feet, going all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale through your mouth and continue with 2 more rounds while I connect the flow of Reiki energy. We are now connected. Let's begin by bringing your awareness to your breath. Feel your breath move through your body. Remember, there's no need to force anything here. Just allow yourself to be present in this moment. Now imagine, sense, or simply know that you're standing beneath the Pisces Lunar Eclipse. The sky is dark and the air is quiet. The moon is full, deep, and red-orange as it moves through the Earth's shadow. And the moon is illuminating what has been hidden, what has been felt but not fully recognized, what has ended but has not yet fully been released, and what your soul already knows is complete. You're standing on a quiet, peaceful shoreline. The ocean is calm, and you can feel its power. The tide is moving slowly, and the water reflects the red eclipse moon above you. This is a threshold or space between worlds, a place between beginnings and endings, a place between the old story and the next phase, and a place where you do not need to force any kind of clarity. You only need to listen. Take a slow breath in and release it. Let yourself feel held and supported by the earth beneath you. Feel yourself being held in the peaceful night sky above you. And let yourself feel the presence of the ocean in front of you. Pisces teaches us to release what is ready to go, to allow things to dissolve when we let go of our grip on them. Some things leave naturally when we stop giving them our attention, and other things complete their cycle when we finally allow ourselves to let go and walk away. And now, as you look ahead, you notice 8 cups arranged on the shoreline. They are standing in the sand beneath the red eclipse moon. Each cup holds something that you've outgrown, an old habit or role, an old attachment or pattern, an old coping mechanism or ideology, or an old emotional investment. You don't need to know what every cup represents. Just let your body, heart, and field recognize what is complete. One cup may hold a pattern that you've repeated for years. Another may hold a habit that once helped you survive, but no longer supports your healing. Another may hold a role you played to belong, to be accepted, to keep the peace, or to feel safe. Another may hold an attachment to a person, a version of the past, or a future that no longer carries life. Another may hold old beliefs about yourself that kept you from seeing the truth. Another may hold grief. And another may hold a version of you that kept carrying what already has ended. Take a deep breath in and release it. Let yourself simply stand before these 8 cups without judgment or shame. Just notice. The 8 cups are asking you to recognize what has completed its purpose and run its course. Now silently ask yourself, what have I outgrown? What old pattern, habit, or attachment is ready to be surrendered? What has already ended, even if part of me is still holding on? And what no longer nourishes my spirit? Let the answers rise within you. And if nothing comes, that's okay. Your body, your field, and your soul know. Now I'm going to allow the first round of light codes to come through to help illuminate what is complete, what has been outgrown, and what is ready to be surrendered with compassion. Morph makata shonafa utomati loraf kotomo rof como rif kamahita koto tirash como tipalo katita tapata kalokotoroa romakata lorpo tihapota romati katolo katawapuma murkata. Take a deep breath in, let it go. Let the codes move through the body and field in whatever way is most supportive. You're simply allowing the truth to reveal itself to you. And now bring your attention back to the Eight of Cups. Notice if any part of you wants to resist what is finished, or what wants to stay attached just because it feels familiar. Notice if any part of you believes that walking away means failure. Take a slow breath into your heart and exhale. The Eight of Cups teaches us that surrender is a powerful act of self-care. It's a willingness to walk away from old patterns and attachments that no longer nourish your spirit. Sometimes surrender is the most loving thing that we can do for ourselves. It means choosing peace over karmic patterns that have been looping. It's truth over attachment, growth over familiarity, self-respect over things that are emotionally draining, or clinging to what is already finished. You're walking away because something deeper in you knows that it's time, and you are ready. Let that land in your body. You are allowed to stop carrying what no longer belongs to you, to release what no longer is working, and to let the old chapter be complete. To choose yourself without making the past wrong. You are allowed to move on with compassion. Now silently or out loud repeat, I surrender what is complete. I release what no longer nourishes my spirit. I honor what I have learned. I allow myself to walk away with compassion. I choose peace. I choose truth. I choose the self that is emerging. Now I'm going to allow a second code of light codes to come through for surrender, self-care, and compassionate release. Mirafumo katahla watapina shimataya wa orkafumotitala tirakata torakata tirakata motalata kurfumukotu kota hofumukote shikata tishamakate tarakoto formokopi lohataka. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Let the code support the parts of you that are afraid to release. Let the parts that feel guilty or still attached, the parts that wonder who you will be without the old patterns. Let the codes remind your body surrender is self-care and the loving recognition that something has completed its course. Now beneath the red eclipse moon, you turn away from the Eight of Cups. This is the sacred Eight of Cups moment before the tide carries anything away your soul chooses to walk. In recognition that a chapter or a phase of your life is complete, take one step away from the cups. Feel your foot touch the sand. Take another step and another. With each step, you are honoring that it no longer belongs in this next phase of your life. With each step, old energetic cords begin to soften. Old emotional loops begin to loosen. Old identities begin to dissolve. And old stories begin to lose their grip. You're walking toward your real self, your true self, the self beneath the roles, the fear, the attachments, the self that has been waiting for you underneath all of this. Now say silently or out loud, I'm walking away in truth. I am returning to myself. I'm allowed to leave behind what is finished. I'm allowed to move toward what is real. Now I'm going to allow a third round of light codes to come through to support the sacred act of walking away from what is complete. Yishmata patipa shamotola kofamakatina halakatara watashukatimata pahyato wofumahitola andorakata motatisha lifamokata harakatana yoshamota po fumokotro. Take a deep breath in and release it. Let your body feel the dignity and compassion for this choice. And let your body feel the relief of no longer having to carry what has ended. Now, after you have walked away, the Pisces ocean tide begins to move in compassionately and wisely. The tide reaches the Eight of Cups. One by one, the cups are lifted by the water. Those old roles, attachments, old versions of yourself, and old stories are being carried out into the ocean, back to spirit, back to source. What no longer belongs is being dissolved and released with compassion. Let yourself watch from a distance. You can thank what these things have taught you and bless what is leaving. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine the tide carrying away one old pattern that no longer belongs. Again, breathe in and exhale as the tide carries away one old attachment. Again, breathe in and exhale as the tide carries away an old story. One more breath in and exhale as the tide carries away anything your soul is ready to release now. Now repeat silently or out loud. I bless what is leaving. I release what is complete. I allow the tide to carry what I no longer need. I trust what is being cleared from my field. Now I'm going to allow the fourth round of light codes to come through for deep Pisces release, emotional clearing, and surrender into the tide. Fumur kata walamata ipatamash kupotamot motipa lakata fumo roshikamoto harika tomata yarapomotipo mutipola torakatai yarafamolatoma dina karakata. Take a deep breath in and release it. Let the ocean of Pisces move through your emotional body. Let it soften any grief. Let it dissolve confusion. Let it clear away any energetic residue. Let it wash through the places where you've held on too long. And let it carry away what is complete. And now, as the tide carries away the cups, the red eclipse moon grows brighter above you. Its light begins to shine across the shoreline. And in the distance, you see a piece of marble. At first, it looks rough, unshapen, and heavy, covered in old layers. You walk closer, and as the red moonlight touches the marble, you begin to realize that something is already inside it. And this something is real and beautiful, and it's been waiting beneath the layers. This marble represents your true self, or your soul self. The self that emerges when the old layers fall away. The eclipse is revealing what has been hidden beneath and what you've outgrown. Now, as the red moonlight shines on the marble, pieces begin to fall away. A layer of old fear falls away. People-pleasing and self-doubt fall away. Attachments and outdated identities fall away. Shame and spiritual fog fall away. The moonlight reveals. The light codes activate. The old layers fall away in divine timing. And beneath them, the real self begins to emerge. Let yourself witness this. Maybe you see a figure emerging from the stone. Maybe you see light. Maybe you see your own face or a symbol. Or maybe you feel something becoming lighter. Whatever comes through is perfect. Now say silently or out loud, the real me is emerging. The real me is being revealed as the old layers fall away. I allow the old layers to fall away. I allow my true self to emerge. I am remembering who I am beneath what I have outgrown. Now I'm going to allow a fifth round of light codes to come through for the real self emerging, for truth, remembrance, and the release of old layers. Mishkana ko bifumata yopata hirakata fumati yahtawa rafkmo yirakati yakata darakashama hoshkamo. Take a deep breath in and release it. Let these codes move through the places where you forgot yourself, the places where you performed and adapted, the places where you carried identities that were never truly yours. Let the codes support the real self beneath the old layers. Let the red eclipse moon reveal what is true. Now, after this release, notice a soft, white cold light beginning to appear on the shoreline. This is the Virgo integration, the grounded support after the Pisces release. Pisces dissolves, Virgo tends. Pisces surrenders, Virgo integrates. Pisces releases what is no longer spiritually true. Virgo asks, what practical choice will help me live more differently now? What rhythm supports the self that is emerging? What simple act of care will help your body feel safe? What boundary or daily practice will help you honor this release? Choose one thing, one small act of care or grounded support, or one practical step, one Virgo devotion to the self that is emerging. It may be rest or drinking more water. Maybe it's journaling or clearing one small space. Maybe it's saying one honest no or taking one next step. Let one simple practice come into your awareness. Now imagine placing this simple practice like a small white stone at your feet. This is the stone that will carry you forward. It is your care and your support. And now silently say, or out loud, I support my release with care. I support my healing with simple practice. I allow surrender to become embodied. I allow the real self to be tended. I choose one grounded step from here. Now I'm going to bring in a 6th round of light codes to come through for Virgo integration, embodiment, nervous system support, and grounded self-care. Foramaya tikato lokata shamoti sakatrawa rikati fumoto roshkmo forayamo tayala larikata matashi wasatukotopomo purufkotomo tipo tom. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Let the codes anchor into your body, into your nervous system. Let the release become integrated and embodied. And let the real self be supported by simple, loving care. Now allow this energy to move throughout your entire body, from the crown of your head, down through the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, the root, down your legs, through your feet, into the earth. Allow what is ready to be cleared and soothed, what is tender. Let it stabilize what is opened and support what is emerging. You may silently repeat, I release what is complete. I surrender what no longer nourishes my spirit. I walk away from old patterns with compassion. I allow the Pisces tide to carry away what is finished. I allow my real self to emerge. I integrate this release with grounded care. I'm safe to become who I really am. Now I'm going to bring in one final round of light codes to come through for completion, integration, and sealing this activation in the field. Toramakata, torayata poatia, lirkomotaha, porafamotaki, korashikata, rukoma, murtaka, pitola fumakatashano, sirakata famata watala, ta rukapati, ufumakota, dirakatawa, tarshkamo. Take a deep breath in and fully exhale. Let the code settle. Let the Reiki settle. Let your body receive only what's supportive. Let anything that does not belong to you return to the light. Let anything that is complete be released with compassion. And let anything that is still integrating be held with patience. There is no need to rush this process and no need to force the next phase of your life. You have surrendered and walked away from what is complete. You've allowed the tide to carry out what no longer belongs. You've witnessed the real self emerging. And now you can tend to that with self-care. I'm now grounding the energy from this activation into your field, allowing the Reiki and light codes to integrate, allowing your nervous system to stabilize, allowing your body to return to the present moment. I'm slowly pulling back the flow of Reiki energy, disconnecting completely. Feel yourself coming back into your body. Feel your body being supported by the surface beneath you. Notice the room around you. Notice your breath. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath in and exhale fully. Allow this activation to continue integrating over the next 2 to 3 days. You may feel emotional, tired, tender, or more aware of what is ready to be released. Drink plenty of water. Be gentle with yourself. And notice what simple act of care wants to support you right now. Thank you for joining me in this Pisces Lunar Eclipse activation. If this supported you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. What are you ready to surrender? Or what simple act of self-care will help you support the real self that is emerging? If this video resonated, please like, subscribe, or share it with someone who may be moving through a season of release, surrender, or deep inner transformation. And if you feel called to work with me privately through Reiki, scalar calibration, light language, or intuitive energy healing, you can find the booking link in the description box below. You don't have to get all of this perfect. Every time you come back to yourself, you strengthen the life that you are growing. May your real self rise with compassion, truth, and grace as you surrender and release what is finished. I will see you next time. Namaste.